Hey everybody, Aaron Rift here from NoDQ.com to talk about WWE Wrestlemania 28. Live on pay-per-view this Sunday from Miami, Florida. You can check out live coverage at NoDQ.com. Stay tuned for all the very latest. I was going to wait until after the final Raw before WrestleMania to give my predictions, but as it turns out, I could have done my predictions a week ago. Not a whole lot coming out of Raw this week. If you missed Raw, you didn't really miss much. The only really noteworthy thing coming out of Raw was we now have the teams finalized for Team Teddy versus Team Johnny. So let's go ahead and talk about that match first. Team Teddy versus Team Johnny. The winning team, that GM, will get control of both Raw and SmackDown. A few last-minute changes. Christian is out. They did an injury angle on Raw with Christian, so I guess he's not at 100%, and WWE did not want to risk him getting in that match and getting even hurt more than he already is. Same thing with Alberto Del Rio. He's still not at 100%, so a couple replacements. Drew McIntyre will be in the match now for Team Johnny, and The Miz will be on Team Teddy. Oh, wait a minute. I meant Team Johnny. John Laurinaitis making a little botch there, but it is The Miz as part of Team Johnny. And the final member of Team Teddy will be none other than Booker T. Now, there was some rumors going around that Rey Mysterio was going to be the last member, but like Alberto and Christian, Rey Mysterio was still recovering from injury. He's not at 100%, so they had to make some changes, and that's your final match here. Now, as far as who's going to win, I'm going to have to go with Team Johnny. I think that Teddy Long as the GM has run its course. He's been doing the gig for 6-7 years now, and, you know, there's only so many tag team matches that one person can make. Let's face it. I think WWE is high on Laurinaitis as the heel GM character. Now, some people like him, some people don't, but he does get a lot of heat when he comes out there, and I think that's the direction they're going. They're going to keep pushing Laurinaitis as the heel authority figure, so there you go. Kelly and Maria Menounos versus Beth Phoenix and Eve. We all know what this match is all about. It's a filler match. You could also call it a buffer match. I suspect it could end up being towards the end of the card. Like they'll have Undertaker versus Triple H, and the crowd will be red hot for that. And then they always have this match that is used as a way to kind of cool down the audience before the main event. And that's what this match is, the bathroom break match. I guess Maria Menounos is injured, so she might not even be part of the match at this point, so who knows? I'm sure she'll be there in some fashion. If not wrestling, at least she'll be at ringside, and therefore I'm going to have to go with the babyface team. I think Kelly and whoever her partner is will prevail. Me personally, I would have liked to have seen Beth Phoenix versus Karma, but that's just me. So, yeah, that's what I think will happen. The baby faces will triumph, and hopefully it'll be short. Randy Orton versus Kane. Not a whole lot of build-up for this match. The best they could really come up with was this past summer, Randy Orton beat Kane, and after the match, Kane shook his hand. So the idea is that Kane got soft, and now he has the mask, and he's evil again, and he has that mean streak. And can Randy Orton overcome it this time? At first, I thought that Randy Orton would be winning this one, but when I look at the future matches, they have Randy Orton versus Kane continuing after WrestleMania, perhaps at Extreme Rules. So that leads me to believe that there's going to be some sort of screwy finish in this one, like a double countout or a double DQ. You always got to have one of them at WrestleMania. Quite frankly, if it's me, I would do clean finishes across the board at WrestleMania. You want to end feuds. You don't really want to be starting feuds. But I think that this is just the first match in a series with them. I think it's going to keep going after WrestleMania. So, yeah, my official prediction is no contest. Either a double countout or a double DQ. IC champion Cody Rhodes versus The Big Show. The storyline for this match is that Cody Rhodes keeps coming out and showing clips of The Big Show being embarrassed at past WrestleManias, and he says that Big Show's going to choke again, and Big Show's going to be the big joke on April Fool's Day. The way that this storyline is gone makes me think that Big Show has to get the big win. I mean, what's going to happen here? They keep talking about how he's been embarrassed time after time, and then he goes to WrestleMania and loses again. I mean, the Big Show is one of WWE's veteran stars, and he's still a star. I know Cody Rhodes has a lot of momentum going, and it's going to be unpopular, but my prediction is that this match will go under 5 minutes, and Cody Rhodes is going to get knocked out. World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan, yes, versus Sheamus. Sheamus has been on quite a roll as of late, actually since coming to SmackDown, but it culminated at the Royal Rumble when he won the match and gets his world title opportunity at WrestleMania. WWE's really getting behind Sheamus, and from everything I've read about him and everything he said in interviews, I mean, the guy really seems to get the business, and I think he deserves to be champion at this point. I think that he deserves to have the company behind him. And I also think that the Royal Rumble winner should win the title sometimes. And the last few years, the Royal Rumble winner has failed to win the title. So it makes sense for me to have Sheamus win. But part of me also wants to see Daniel Bryan win, just because I love the heel character he's been portraying as of late, and I just think he's been awesome. Now, they got the whole storyline going on with Daniel Bryan and AJ, and he's kind of been putting her down. So logic tells you at WrestleMania, AJ will turn on Daniel Bryan, and therefore that'll give Sheamus the assistance to win the match, and Bryan can always get his rematch at Extreme Rules. So, I mean, that's what makes sense to me. WWE could always do a swerve, however, maybe have AJ turn heel and go full-fledged heel with Daniel Bryan, but I suspect that what will happen is she'll turn on him and Sheamus will emerge victorious as World Heavyweight Champion. WWE Champion CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. The best in the world versus the best in the world at everything he does. Should be a great match. I suspect that they're going to get a lot of time here. I mean, WrestleMania is a 4-hour show. You have 8 matches. If these guys are given a good amount of time, I'm talking about 20 to 30 minutes, this match could be a show stealer. It could be up there with the likes of Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho or Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle. I think it'll be a really good technical match between these two, and I just think that the storyline has been really well done up to this point. Chris Jericho bringing up CM Punk's parents and his sister. Just very good stuff by Jericho. Now, as far as who's going to win, it's really hard to say. I mean, the next pay-per-view is Extreme Rules in Chicago, CM Punk's hometown. So I think the logical way to go would be to have Chris Jericho win the title and then have CM Punk try to win it back in his hometown. It also depends on how long Jericho's sticking around. I mean, is he going to be gone in the summer? Is he going to be going on tour again with Fozzy? Either way, I think, Punk's been champion for a good 5-6 months now, so I don't think it hurts to do a title change here. I actually think this would be a good opportunity to do a title change, and it makes sense. I mean, if you're going to have a title change, you might as well make it logical. So, yeah, I would go with Chris Jericho here, and then CM Punk wins it back at Extreme Rules. Hell in a Cell. Undertaker versus Triple H with Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee. This match will be the brawl of the show. You're going to see them fighting all over the place. You're probably going to see the steel steps as you do in most Hell in a Cell matches. Will there be blood in this match? If there was ever a match to bring it back for one night, this would be it. I know WWE's PG and all, but what's a little blood going to hurt in one match? I'm sure a lot of people would love to see it, and I think I mentioned this before. If it actually happened and there was blood in this match, I could see blood trending on Twitter, that would kind of be funny. Now, as far as who's gonna win, the idea is you're not supposed to know who's gonna win, and logic would tell you that Undertaker would go 20-0 here, and the streak would remain intact. But WWE's done a great job creating doubt. I mean, they've played up the fact that Undertaker is getting weaker and he hasn't wrestled much. He's only wrestling once a year now, and who knows what's under that hood? Everyone will find out at WrestleMania. And what's Shawn Michaels going to do? Will Shawn Michaels help his best friend end the streak? And I'm sure that's what the whole match will be about. They'll be teasing the fact that Shawn Michaels has the fate of both guys in his hands, and will he screw The Undertaker? I think in the end, Shawn Michaels will do the right thing, and he will count down Triple H, giving Undertaker the win. Undertaker will go 20-0, and he'll have the option to just ride off into the sunset, or if a big match comes up next year, Undertaker can keep going, perhaps to WrestleMania 30, who knows. But I do think Undertaker will come out victorious here. And now the main event, John Cena versus The Rock. A match that is being billed as once in a lifetime, right? And it's also been 1 year in the making. They announced it the night after WrestleMania 27, and time will tell if that was a good idea or not. I mean, there's some people saying that they spent way too long building up this match, actually too long. You know, sometimes there's not enough build, sometimes there's too much build and too much of a wait. So I think one way or another, it doesn't matter in terms of crowd heat. I mean, this crowd is going to be unbelievable for this match. You look back to Hulk Hogan versus The Rock, I think the crowd heat's going to be even bigger. I mean, in that sense, this will be the biggest match in WWE history. The people are going to be going crazy for it, and that alone will make it a classic match. Now, technically, I don't think it's going to be anything special, and they're probably not going to have a lot of brawling. Most of the brawling will be in the Undertaker versus Triple H match. It'll be very straightforward, you know, like Hogan versus The Rock, but it will be memorable, very memorable. And the question is, that's on everyone's minds, who's going to win? One would think that since it's in Miami and it's The Rock's big return match, not counting Survivor Series, of course, but his big return match at WrestleMania, one would think The Rock would pick up the victory. Now, if they're going to do a series of matches, which I think is going to happen, I think that this is not a once-in-a-lifetime match. I think we will see it again down the line. Perhaps at SummerSlam, maybe WrestleMania 29. I hope they're not going to go another year before doing another match. But if they're doing a second match, I personally think that John Cena should pick up the win here. It makes sense to me for Cena to win so that The Rock can be the one that wants to get the rematch. I mean, if The Rock wins, it makes Cena look bad, and it makes Cena looking bad to ask The Rock for a rematch. It makes him look kind of pathetic. So I think if The Rock goes down to John Cena, he can say, you know what, I know I can beat you. I want one more match. I think that makes more sense, and I know some people in the arena aren't going to be happy about it. People talked about the idea of there being rioting if Cena wins. I don't think the crowd will riot. I think that they'll cheer regardless. They just want to have a good show. They just want to have a good time. So if it was me, I'd have Cena win clean here. I don't think there should be any outside interference. Cena's the future, whether people like it or not. He's the guy that's going to be around after WrestleMania. He should get the big win here, in my opinion. So there you have it. WrestleMania this Sunday, live on pay-per-view. You can check out the coverage at NoDQ.com. Stay tuned for the very latest. If you live in Southern California, stop by the Game Day Sports Bar and Grill. They will be showing WrestleMania. No cover charge. I'll be there. A lot of people will be there. It's going to be a great atmosphere. So if you live anywhere near Los Angeles, make the trip up there. I'd love to see you. And that'll do it for this video. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think about WrestleMania. What do you think about the matches? Who do you think is going to win? On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think WWE did in terms of building up the pay-per-view? Let me know. We also have a poll on NoDQ.com regarding the build-up and predictions. So check that out, and stay tuned for more No DQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com and YouTube.com/NoDQCAW.